Alright, so I've been wanting to do this review for quite a while, and I kind of put it off until I was able to find the actual MoonSwatch variant that I wanted, and I finally did. I've been after the mission to Mars. I was able to get a hold of the mission to Venus, which is right here, and I owned it for quite a while. It's a fun watch, but really I was always after this one. And I wanted to do this video and compare it to the actual Speedmaster Pro. So I guess to preface this, if you're watching this video, you likely already know this, but in 2022, Swatch and Omega decided to release a group of MoonSwatches that are essentially Speedmasters like the Pro, but in plastic. And they made a couple different variants of them. One for every planet, different colors. They're brightly colored watches. They're fun watches. And obviously this received a lot of different kinds of feedback. And there's a large population, as I'm sure you guys will see in the comments, that don't really like this watch. So I guess right off the bat I will say my personal opinion on this is that there really is no problem with these two watches. I am a Speedmaster Pro owner, obviously. I'm a MoonSwatch owner. I guess I own two of them for the moment. I will be selling this one, and I don't see there being any overlap between these two markets. This watch is worth, I guess, now in 2023 we're looking at the Speedmaster Pro running close to $7 grand. I think that's the last I heard, which is crazy to me. But I bought this watch a few years back, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, for a little bit over $4 grand. This watch retails for, I believe, $260. I just bought the Mars, so I was able to get it at retail, and with taxes it came out to around $280. So now you have a $280 watch, you have a $5,000, $6,000 watch. I don't see an overlap in them. This is a fun, quirky piece. This is an absolute classic. I don't see an issue with either one of them. I do think people who try to get one over the other are not going to be satisfied, and we'll talk about that. So first of all, to avoid making two different videos, I did want to do this unboxing video just to see what you get. These are pretty popular watches, so I think a lot of people will be interested. Here's the outer box has some detail on the planet itself. That's a nice touch, I think. So compared to the Venus one, here it is. Now obviously the packaging is nothing fantastic, and here it is. So again, I just bought this. I've never worn it straight out of the box. So in handling these watches, like when I got my mission to Venus, it is noteworthy to say that the straps are absolutely terrible. I'm used to straps being kind of poor, but this is absolutely terrible. And the first thing I'm going to do is take this off the strap. Let's peel this off. Now personally, why do I like this one? I like obviously the white dial, the bright red, but to me one of the differences, and I do believe this is the only MoonSwatch variant that has this, is a sub-dial hands right there. I'm a big Speedmaster, the Alaska Project. If you don't know what that is, I would really encourage you to look that up, because to me that's the best Speedmaster out there, but I will likely never be able to own that watch. And this is a nice nod to it. It's not a blatant attempt to pass as that, but it's a nice nod to it. There's the case back. But yeah, these straps are absolutely terrible. I will take this off. Probably before this video ends, I will take this off. But to me, this is my favorite variant. It comes with your, I'm not sure what this is, but, and your booklets. So like I was saying, this had an enormous appeal to a lot of collectors, and I think a lot of people are incorrectly trying to make this their Speedmaster. They're thinking they're going to get this instead of the Speedmaster Pro, but to me, after owning both of them, there's just really no point of comparison whatsoever, and there really shouldn't be. There shouldn't be a comparison point between a $250 watch and a $6,000 watch. So So part of the thing that makes this watch so interesting, the MoonSwatch, is that the cases are absolutely identical. As far as I understand, they are absolutely identical. You could get a fitted end strap for this that will fit this. In fact, I have actually seen videos of people putting this actual bracelet on here. So this is an aftermarket bracelet. I'm not a fan of the older bracelets of the Speedmaster, though I do think in recent years, maybe the last 2 years, they did fix that. But this is an aftermarket bracelet. But the cases are so identical that I do believe this bracelet should fit this. And I think that's a big reason why they appeal. This isn't some homage that kind of looks like it. This is the same case, but they take that to kind of a ridiculous approach where it's a plastic case. It's fun. I don't see how anybody can take this so seriously that it makes them angry, but you'll see it. You'll see it a lot in the comments. So this is obviously a quartz watch, regular chronometer. There it is. Now, one of the reasons that I was attracted to the Venus variant is that, to my understanding, this is the only watch of the entire MoonSwatch series that has the bezel, actual ridges on the bezel like this. Top of that, if you can see that subdial right there, that is different from this. And I do believe that the Mars variant is the norm. Every dial looks like this, every bezel looks like this. This is the different one, and I thought that was quite interesting. If I was going to get one of these, I might as well get this one if I couldn't get the Mars, but now that I have, I will be selling this one. So again, these two watches identical in every way except the color and that bezel here. So really, I did kind of just want to put these side to side so everybody could see and make it very clear. If you get the MoonSwatch, you're not getting a replacement for the Speedmaster. You're not getting a placeholder. These two watches are as different as can be. There's no point of comparison, and there shouldn't be. That being said, if you do have a Speedmaster, I do think there's a Speedmaster Pro. I do think there's a space in your collection for the MoonSwatch. These are just a ton of fun. And like I said, they're not all that expensive. One of the complaints about it is that you're paying $250 for a plastic watch. To me, that's kind of pushing it. I think the entire premise of value and luxury watches is kind of diluted. But at $250, I do think it's acceptable for what you're getting. You're getting a fun piece with a pretty nice piece of history with the Moon association. There's no real association between this and the Moon landing. But with at least with the name, with the case design, with the dial, you're getting some association of it. At that price, I don't think there's anything wrong with this. But again, that's just my opinion. You're more than welcome to disagree with that. So like I did say, I will be taking this off this terrible strap shortly. But again, they're going for that astronaut kind of feel to it, which I'm not a fan of, obviously. So let's go ahead and compare this to these two watches, compare their lume. But like I said, there really shouldn't be much point of comparison. Let's go ahead and do that. So like usual, I'm not in complete darkness. I'm actually in quite a bit of light here. So let's go ahead and check this out. You know, that's surprisingly good lume. I have owned a lot of Swatch watches. I like I said, I'm a big fan of Swatch. They're fun, funky pieces, but the lume is always pretty lacking. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't fantastic lume either, but it's better than what I would have expected. Now, next to the Speedmaster, again, I'm not really doing this for comparison of brightness or quality, but more to show the exact similarities in the lume distribution and the dial design and all of that. Again, just a ton of fun. I do think these are just so fun for any collector, whether you have an actual Speedmaster Pro or not. Here it is, next to the other one. So beyond that, let's throw it on the wrist, see how it wears. But having on the Venus one, it wears very similar to the Speedmaster, just much, much lighter. But first, I'm going to obviously take off this terrible strap and put on something a little more comfortable. So on the wrist, the watch wears almost identical to the Speedmaster, minus obviously the weight. Again, this watch is just so bright, so fun, and you really shouldn't be taking this watch all that seriously. It's just a fun watch at an affordable price. And if you're able to snag one, go ahead and do it. You can only get these in retail stores as of now, so if you're able to find one, get it. Do not pay over retail. I think that's part of the reason why people get so upset with this watch, but if you're able to just be patient, you will find them just like I did, and you won't be disappointed. They're just a lot of fun.